Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sword of the Stars. For those of you that do not know what this is, consider it like a crossover between Master of Orion and Total War, because yeah. Anyway, it's got like the like you basically go around, you play as one of 6 different races, and basically you colonize systems and build fleets, and that's basically all you really manage. You can slightly manage like how everything, like your infrastructure, your population levels, all of that, but that's not as much of the gameplay. However, the battles are what really set this thing apart. So yeah, we're gonna start a game on so we're gonna start a very simple game, so that way I could show you what the gameplay is like. Well, actually, you know what? No, this is just gonna be an intro. So, yeah. So I'm gonna go through all the different species. So humans are, of course, we know all about ourselves. But anyway, humanity has discovered subspace at this point in this timeline, and they also use, but basically each species has its own way of traveling. So humans are one of the simplest ones to understand, like instantly, yeah, they have their method of travel is the node drive, which when I do a let's play as the humans, you'll see that, and basically, yeah, so basically this entire thing describes humans. I'll probably go into full depth by reading this entire thing they have here, this entire spiel here, which is probably going to take half an hour. So that's going to be its own separate video. And yeah. Okay, so next are the hivers. They are basically insects. Yeah, they're the insectoid species of the game, and yeah, so their tech is actually a they use a combination of slower than light transport and instantaneous transport technology. And so the slower than light engines are what they normally would use to travel from star to star, but then they have a special vessel called the gate, which enables them to which they can set up at a certain system, and then any two systems linked by gates, you could travel instantaneously between them. So yeah, and yeah, that's about it for the hivers. And again, I'm probably going to go into more in depth on them in the next and I do a let's play of them, or at least an intro to them, so you hear a little more about them. Next up are the Tarka. These are a reptilian species, and yeah, they have a very basic system. They just travel from star to star. There's nothing special about it. It's just a basic travel system. Now, with humans, as I stated with the node drive, that has limits between which stars you can go through. You can still go to another star, but it takes a lot longer. You have to go slower than light. So next up are the Leer. These are the aquatic species. This is an aquatic species, and people call them space dolphins. Like players of this game call them space dolphins. I do not call them that. I just call them the Lear because that's what they're called. But anyway, they have they also don't have very much in terms of, they don't have anything special in terms of their travel necessarily. So, but they each do have their own unique aspects to them. Their tech trees tend to follow a specific path. So, yeah. Next up are the Zool. These are creatures made of experimentation. And, yeah, their travel uses nodes, but they basically rip holes in space and time. And boom. So anyway. Yeah. The Zool, it's very, very, very sick. It's not very, their backstory is not very pleasant at all. So, last up, yeah. The Moriji. These are the avian species. Or at least the bird-like species. Yeah, I don't think they have anything special in their travel systems, but they do have quite a few special vessels. And also they've been, and yeah, they're also one of the most ancient in the sector of the galaxy, as it says in here. You'll hear that later. So, yeah. So, yeah, that's about it. And also, I'm using the expansion pack Argos Naval Yard, which is the expansion pack after the complete edition. And yeah, there's the original Sword of the Stars, the vanilla version, which has the humans, the Hivers, the Tarkas, and the Lear. Then the first expansion came out called Born of Blood, which added in the Zool. And then the second expansion pack came out, and it was called A Murder of Crows. And as you can probably already guess, that's where the Moriji came from. So, yeah, and they also have they each have their own cinematics, which is kind of cool. And then, however, Argos Naval Yard does not have a cinematic. But, Sword of the Stars is pretty interesting once you start getting into the gameplay, if you ask me. Probably the only reason I'm going to be playing this is just for fun, you know, just for my own entertainment. And if you actually like seeing me with these huge death armadas, then yeah, if you like Star Wars, like the space battles, then you might end up being a fan of Sword of the Stars. It's highly unlikely, but yeah. So yeah. Well, that's it for this. That's for this episode. If you're interested in this, please tell me. I will make sure to make videos once in a while on this. Otherwise, I might just abandon this game because it's a lot of people do not like this game, but it's a lot better than its sequel, which I don't even want to go there. It's just, if you want to see its sequel and are even vaguely interested in it, then trust me, you do not want to play it. It is worthless. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and bye.